Okay, welcome back. Got another Alpha Legion video today. So, this is the whole army. Wanted to show them all assembled, um, as a single force. And I think they are looking really good. And I also wanted to talk a little bit about how they play in current 40K. But first I'll go over to the newest addition, the Dark Apostle and his two cultist henchmen. I think he turned out really good. Not a fan of sculpted on energy effects or flames like this, but I kind of like the model now a little bit more now that I've finished it. And then we've got the cultists, or Dark Disciples, I think they're called, that go with him. Would not want to be this guy. So that's the newest thing I painted for Alpha Legion. And these others I've shown in the previous videos in the series. If you're interested, you can get a closer look at all of them. And then I also have the Rhino, which is, I really like how it turned out. Not as spiky as other Chaos stuff, but Alpha Legion, not really supposed to be. And, they've got spikes and stuff in the armor, but I didn't do it like an organic color because they're not really mutated like the other Chaos Space Marines. So, and then I've also got my old Ultramarines Rhino that I've been using with these guys, just as a stand-in until I get another Rhino to paint as Alpha Legion. But the beauty with Alpha Legion is it can be a disguised or captured Rhino. It's probably why it's got this weird placement of insignia. Not because I built this when I was 12 or 13 or something. Anyway, just a little bit of a joke. But that's part of the army too on the list. So now I'm just going to go quickly and talk about how they've been playing and some of the stratagems with the faction. So overall, this is much more fun to play than Eldar, and that's mostly just because you either have to play Eldar really specifically or play them against a pretty balanced list. But Alpha Legion, Chaos Space Marines, so they don't have the 2 wounds, they don't have the Primaris stuff, but still competitive. And then Alpha Legion, the stratagems are a lot of stuff during deployment, and then when your opponent deploys stuff out of reserves. So if you're playing a mission with reserves, that can go in your favor. I haven't actually used those yet because I haven't played missions with them. But conceivably they look pretty good. So if your opponent takes something out of reserve, you can spend 1 or 2 CP and set up one of your Alpha Legion units 9 inches away, I think. So basically enough to shoot at them. Some things like that. And then there's another one, Warlord trait, where you can redeploy, I think it's 3 units when your opponent finishes deploying before the game starts. So that's another useful feature. And just going into the different units in detail. So these 2 squads are, I think, from the Shadow Spear box, starter set, battle box, whatever that was, they came out with a few years ago. So it's got this weird mix of weapons, which at first I didn't really like. And I thought it would be, they can't really assault or they can't really shoot, but it actually kind of works out well because these are the squads I would put in Rhinos, because they're not, again, they only have a few bolters, so they're not going to rapid fire as much. And maybe they don't have as many assault dice as if the squad was fully kitted out with bolt pistols and chainswords, but you're throwing 16 assault close combat dice with just the close combat weapon guys, not even counting the champion and then the remaining bolt gun guys. So trade-offs, but it works okay overall, I would say. Um, and then this squad is the autocannon, and then this squad just has the plasma gun. And then Champion's got the power fist. So, again, thought it wouldn't work so well, but I was a little wrong. But then I do have this squad. Everybody's got a bolter, and then the Champion has power maul and plasma pistol. So to have more of that fire support, and they've got a heavy bolter and a plasma gun, like the plasma guns. Raptors, these guys can put in a lot of hurt in close combat, but my biggest mistake playing them so far has been pushing them up to the front too early in the game. I think next time I'm going to have to try and hold them back a little bit, and maybe not even put them in until, turn 2 or round 3, round 4 type of thing, and then have them, swoop in on basically a unit that's been shot up a lot by rapid fire from the other units. But again, they can throw a lot of close combat dice. And then the plasma pistols, nothing to sneeze at either, I've noticed. So pretty useful to have a strength 7 weapon, too, actually, in this unit, that, when you need it. Chaos Lord, really tough. Terminator armor. Last game I played, I mostly used him just to stay on an objective because of his high save and perform an objective action. But I have used him up close against Space Marines, and really effective, as you might imagine, with the power axe and combi bolter, and he's got the invulnerable save, so works pretty well. And then last unit are the bikers. Now, the bikers, I'm still trying to figure out how to play them. So they've got combi bolters, and they can always rapid fire at full, so 4 shots, I think, each. Or is it 2? I think it's, 4 shots because it's double. So they can move around a lot. Not bad to put on objectives. One thing I will say about current 40k is the objectives do matter more, so you can zip these guys up to an objective, and that's pretty useful. And, the rapid fire is nothing to sneeze at. I mean, the main issue I've been having playing with these guys is that playing against Marines, you're still looking at fighting 2 wound models, as in the number 2. So, strength 4 against toughness 4, the math doesn't always work out, but still pretty effective. And the main thing I would say I'm missing from this army, for thematic purposes, I am going to get some cultists to go with the Dark Apostle, because that's kind of the theme of the army I've talked about in previous videos, is you've got like a cult that the Dark Apostle's kind of gotten riled up. And then, this is the Alpha Legion sort of strike force that's either come out of hiding or, invaded to finish the job, basically, and lead this uprising on some Imperial planet. So I'm going to add more cultists, but the main thing I need in terms of just crunch gameplay purposes, I do need some heavy support. So I'm thinking about going with a Chaos Land Raider, because that twin las cannon, that would be really good at fighting Marine heavy vehicles and just Marines in general. Or I might get Havocs. Not sure yet. Leaning more towards the Land Raider, mostly because I've never really built a Land Raider, so I think that'd be a lot of fun. And I can make it look really cool, I think, with this metallic blue, and, put some more, like, kind of special insignia on it, make it look weathered and like it's been around for a really long time. Or the Havocs, I mean, that would help with the infantry, but that's my main failing. And then I will get another Rhino to replace this one. I don't really want to repaint this one because it's got some sentimental value, but Yep, so that's sort of my impressions. And maybe we'll get a new Chaos Space Marine Codex for current 40k soon. It gives them a little more of an edge against their loyalist opponents. We'll see about that. And yep, so it's just a quick rundown and a quick look at the army all put together if you've been following the series. And we'll just do a quick pan around at the different units. And yeah, so hope you enjoyed it, and I will talk to you next time.